Okay, we starting?
Yeah, so it's the after show of our Not So Christian Brothers. So if you were listening on...
Hold on, before you even listen, can you please subscribe? Like, there's a few people who haven't subscribed yet.
I know, it's terrible.
Quite easy to subscribe,
It's
right?
easy, right? You just press the button, subscribe wherever you're listening, podcast, if you're on YouTube, and comment as well. But, you know, if you can, get on YouTube, give us a comment, tell us what you think. Even if it's bad, we'll read it out.
Yeah.
Oh, and send us your DMs as well. Bad,
Send us your DMs.
Critical, whatever, because that's what
Whatever
we do.
you want. If you want us to solve your problem, that's probably a big statement.
I would say discuss your problem. We're never going to solve their problems because we're littered with our own.
Yes.
So discuss.
Littered, it's a great word.
It's great, isn't it?
Sorry, I was putting on the timer.
If you want us to maybe make your problem worse too, I think some people we have.
Yeah.
If you want to make your
Rebecca's
problem...
here. By the way, I was just going to say, it's Rebecca, our producer.
If you want to make your problem worse to middling,
Worse to
love
middling.
that.
Yeah.
We'll help you.
Yeah.
Can I say...
Fair to middling. That's what Mrs. Frayne used to always say. Do you remember her?
Oh, yeah, we used to work for her.
You're fair to middling.
We have loads of new followers on Instagram, which is always scary because it means it's like more people are watching, which is really
And just
positive.
like some kind of podcast celebrity people and like...
Can I say something? There
influencers,
was the
which
Mark
we really
DM in
want.
this week's show, which was really good, right? He had a big, deep, meaningful about how he's 53, feeling really lost and lonely and all that. And like you guys came at it and I was like, here we go. Colm said something at the top where I was like, I'm going to cry. He said, it's so sad to know that people are saying, why am I so lonely to their chat GPT to get an answer? And we both just went, and then you kind of countered that with like, well, this is the reality. It was really, really good. But do you know what I was thinking? If you think about Frank McCourt's books and you think about Ireland of old days, and you were kind of all talking about these modern men who feel invisible. Weren't men always melancholic? Wasn't this always the state of men, right? Who had the pub to go to, or who went down to the mines, or went down to the port, or who were working in construction. And they'd go to the pub after, and the mum was the caretaker at home or caregiver. And they could kind of either drink, or they were with the lads, or and there was always a melancholic loneliness. I do not think it's technologically... advancing the world, or it's like, and I don't want to get too deep, but there was always a loneliness in the man, and they sought it in places where it was kind of like that was what men did. And now it's just much like all of the things in the world, we're talking about everything more, or am I wrong?
Same parents, different timelines, and united by chaos. Strap in for the Not So Christian Brothers.
I totally agree. I'm actually not really in the camp at all about social media being a problem. It elevates the problem so more people see it, right? And there's a big question over whether that's right or wrong. And in many ways, maybe it's better because we get to talk about this. Exactly. Like when we grew up, most fathers were down the pub, they were in the bookies. Children's allowance was paid directly to mothers because fathers would spend it. So I think the point that Mark made and the challenge for men is as old as time. And I think there's women who feel lonely too, right? Yeah. Like loneliness is an epidemic in many ways.
Are we kind of meant to feel lonely all the time? And then there's a bit of contentment, joyful, sexy, exciting moments are just kind of now and again. Like I remember saying to Colm recently about something, didn't I? Are you really excited about that? I think it was to do with the show. And then it was to do with my new venture. And Colm goes, I don't get excited about stuff. And I was like, why don't you get excited about stuff? That's all there is in the world, is to get excited about the prospect of... He goes, I don't do that, Bex. I'm not like you. I don't get excited. And it made me so sad for you.
Yeah, but I don't really get incredibly excited about anything anymore.
Are you plateauing in your joy? You've just plateaued?
No. Okay. What would really, really excite me? I don't know.
Oh my God, that kills me.
No, but hang on. Things make me feel really good,
like
or
what?
great, or
like
happy.
A coffee.
But excited is sort of a different word.
Why? You think it's an immature? You think it's a juvenile word? A little bit?
No, I think maybe it's just that I can't feel it anymore.
Justin.
Wow. I think,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm being honest.
Justin, charge now per hour on this because this is big.
Charge per hour.
I do think there's a lot of value in not getting excessively overexcited, right?
Justin.
I really do, because if you look at the research,
Why? Because you're going to say you're going to be let down?
Yes.
That's
my point. Yeah.
This is a male thing. Can I just say something really quickly, Justin? This is a male thinking. My dad used to say to me, I'd go, I'm so excited about a college course or the job. Or I've met this guy, and my dad would always go, well, don't get too excited. And I go, why? And he goes, always look at it that it may not work out. Now, he's sometimes got quite a negative frame of mind. And I go, no, but it's really important to...
It's not a male perspective. I mean, the reality is if you look at mental health and the studies, one of the big things is that if we get caught, again, social media now where there is an issue, if we get caught in this high level of expectation that everything should always be unbelievable.
But I don't think it's expectations, just wanting joy. Oh, God.
Yeah, but wanting joy is okay, right? But it's also realizing that joy can be found in much smaller things.
Yeah.
It can be like a really nice cup of coffee. Yeah. What I'm saying is the high level of elevation that you hold, if you elevate joy to such a high level, the come down then is very significant. So we see in constant studies around anxiety and depression, people will talk about the fact that they were chasing this expectation. I believe personally that the complete opposite of what we're told is true. My personal view is life is a series of really challenging events interspersed with joy. If you're looking for life filled with joy interspersed with challenge, you're going to be desperately disappointed.
No, but I mean, can't you be... Okay, I agree, but when I say I'm going for dinner with Justin and Colm and I'm really excited, that sounds really like throwaway and stupid. But I am excited because why? You fill me up. I know it's going to be entertaining. I might learn something from you both. I enjoy your company. Therefore, I am excited about that 2 hours.
I'm saying this,
it doesn't mean I'm like, that's going to fulfill all my goals.
Is that not just the different interpretation of that word excite?
Okay,
for
go on.
You and for
I get excited about stuff because little things fill me up.
I sometimes think that I need to be careful about building things up too high because
I don't think you build anything up.
I don't. If it falls apart, I don't have anybody to catch me.
Oh my God.
So I have to catch myself.
No, I
often think about this, and I think that there are some people who are very, very lucky that they can climb very high because they know if they fall.
But we're going to catch you. Your friends and family.
They have people to catch. No, I'm just saying they have people to catch them. I think at this stage, if the person, this sounds awful, but the person that needs to catch me is me.
I totally agree. Like, nobody's coming to save you, baby.
Yeah, but we
you
know
got to deal
that,
with
though,
it.
Justin. I'm younger than you guys by a little bit, and I'm still on a massive learning curve
Quite a
about
bit
life.
compared to him.
I don't think it's an age thing.
No, but I'm learning, right? So I'm still at a stage where I've started to realize, oh my God, you built that up and it knocked you down. I've gone through health issues, as Colm knows about. I've changed my entire career this year. That was a pivot. So I'm learning that things are actually really hard and you fight hard for stuff, and it may not even be that. But I'm talking about excitement, and maybe it is a little bit of a naivety. My family used to always say to me when I was growing up, oh my God, she gets so excited and she's so optimistic and she's so hard. But I think that is what is keeping me alive. Is there... Oh, do you know what it is? It's denial. I live in denial. No, I do.
You said something there that's really important.
A counsellor said it to me. They were like, you live in denial and that's what saves you. Because I do live in denial. Absolutely do. And it is actually what propels me to greatness.
There's nothing wrong with being really optimistic about something. There's nothing wrong about really trying to get somewhere to a higher place.
But you're saying when it goes wrong, I'm Devo.
There's nothing. Yeah, but I just sometimes, probably because of ratings in radio or whatever, and I've spoken about this before.
Yeah.
You know, like if you build it too high or you get to number one, there's nowhere else to get, and the fall is very severe.
But I don't think it's about number one. I think it's about number 2, 3, 4. I never see things, and I think you and I differ in this, and maybe Justin will. I don't ever think it's about reaching the top, right? Because I don't think there is a top. But I think it's about their journey. I think there's so many little highs, and like I could get a job today or an offer or a new role or something and fail at that, or it just doesn't go that well. But I also know there's going to be something else. And you know what's really funny? I've had so many like bad moments or rejections or shitty things, but I've also had so many wonderful moments in my life. And so I kind of, if I focused on those lads, I wouldn't get out, I wouldn't put my top on, I wouldn't play with my children, and I wouldn't turn up at work because I know that would kill me, because I know my mindset. So I really focus on the stuff that has gone well.
Exactly. And I think that's a really important thing, right? I think for all of us, it's understanding how we are. Like, for some people, focusing on the negative is difficult. For me personally, like if I'm thinking about here, the studio, the setup, like every week I watch the videos with real intent of what's wrong. Can we change that? Should we put a plant here? Should we put it there? I constantly think about the small things, about what needs to be improved. And I've built a life and career out of knowing that if you get the detail right, everything else follows. But a lot of people are like, let's get this thing up here right and everything will be great. But it's the incremental steps along the way that really define success in life. And I think for a lot of folks, because they want to be successful, because they see in YouTube people being successful, or Instagram or TikTokers, but it's unfortunately the real success in life is down to distilling in detail the small iterations that you need to make to get to where you want to get to. But we're sold the get rich quick schemes, and they just don't exist. And then that's where the disappointment comes.
I really agree with that, because I do think in media, or when you're in what we're working in, there can be a lot of like, it's reaching the heights, and then you start to realize actually you have to get the detail, the nitty gritty.
No, exactly.
The tech, all of the background stuff. The client has to actually be happy with her coffee. Like, there's so many things you have to get right to win at something, which I don't think you think in your 20s. It's like, go out, be hot, do well in an interview. You just want to win. I do think you start to realize there's such a toil even to have a baby at a certain point in your life, to keep your marriage. Like, suddenly you realize, oh my God, everything's hard.
Imagine if you knew how hard it is to have a baby.
You would be boning like diddly-o in your I would have been like, my parents used to say to me, whatever you do, don't get pregnant. Like, you can do anything, but don't get pregnant. And so the fear of penis. Anyway, I don't want to talk about penises on today's show. That's another show.
That should be another
that's
podcast.
when we bring in Freud.
Let's talk about penis. Can I say something about the AI thing?
Yeah.
And I'm going to start with this, and I want this to be snipped, used, promoted, and to be forever.
Go for it. Go
and
on.
Terry is in the room, who's our tech genius. If you think, Justin and Colm, that AI is such a gift, and I know you do think it is, and I know it is, and when you said the €60,000 that you're saving and the great tools it is, and look what it's doing for this beautiful show, and look what it does for healthcare, but if you also think of it in this way, and I'm going to say this, I have a brilliant mind. It is my mind. It is brilliant. It is confusing. It is quirky. It is a bit weird. It is, but it's got a lot of beautiful juice in it, and it has grown for 41 years. Terry has things that we'll just... he problem solves, he used to fix, you wouldn't have a gig if you didn't have your mind. You just wouldn't. Like, you just wouldn't be in broadcasting, and you wouldn't have. So my fear about AI encountering this is actually when you asked Fanula about it. Now, yours was very simple. No, won't ruin the world. It's great. But hers was like, well, I don't know, but like, it's not going to ruin the world right now, and there's risk. Like, I just think there's such a grey area of, yes, there's great things about everything, but look at the drones that are killing little babies, and look at all the terrible things that happen with AI. Look at the things that gets wrong. You would not have Terry and I in a room in a year or in 6 months' time. Why? Because you just AI your format for your show, get some new great stuff, do that, sit there and have the two of you. But what would you miss?
I never thought about that.
No, but hang on
No,
a second.
but it's true, and you'd save a few bucks, but you'd miss the magic of humans.
I think what's wrong with looking at technology and what we see in front of us is we think of it with the absolutes. And I think that's wrong. And we just do the absolutes. Like the jet engine came out through the Second World War. We'd still be 30 years behind the jet engine if we didn't have the Second World War. So is a war any good for anything? Well, of course it's not, because so many people die in a war. But there's so many things come out of a war as well that are really, really positive.
But I'd argue AI is lonely. It's lonely.
No, but you're sitting here now projecting what you think AI will be. Now, I know that, Jay, you say eventually AI will control the world, but I believe that we will control AI, and if it will be beneficial in a lot of ways, but you've got to take the downs with that as well.
But
there's going to be some...
It's so dystopian. Do you know what I want to say to you?
It's not really.
We have grafted all our lives as children, whatever, whether they were privileged or not, we grafted, okay, correct. Like, I had a privileged childhood, you had a different childhood, but we all grafted in some way, shape or form, 100%. It's a lazy man situation I'm concerned about. I look at my own children and, you know, they live pretty normal lives, but they're so privileged. Then you add in all of the tools that will help them. Are we creating these lazy Simpson-esque men?
100%.
Right?
That scares about the calculator.
But
go back
Stop
to the
talking about
calculator.
the
But I think it's the important thing.
Like we are. But I was saying to my son yesterday, he's 18. I'd love to be a Gen Z right now, because I think the opportunities that are going to be presented are massive. Because everybody's going to get lazy. We're going to have to create income for people, because they're not going to be jobs in 5 years' time, right? But this is not far away. And the consequence are, the smarter you are, the quicker you can think, the more opportunities you are. There was a great article written a few weeks ago, to show that they reckon the first $1 billion company will be run by one person is going to be in existence by 2028. You don't need all load of other folks.
But who wants to be a billionaire?
I'm not advocating for
That's
it.
a new show. Who wants to be a
But the point is, yes, people will be made redundant and jobs will go.
And they are.
So move faster, think smarter, and find your opportunity.
But Justin, we need an economy. If we don't have an economy, a circular economy, if we don't have that money moving around from jobs, if we don't have magic of human interaction, we have more depression, more loneliness, more isolation. That is something I'm going to counter for the rest of my days. I had to use AI because I was head of production in a job where it was really essential and important. And yes, you're right, it gets you out of those. You're talking to me about efficiency and speed, Justin. I was listening because you are so good at this. Like in the WhatsApp group, I'm like, my mind is blown by you. But then I fear the magic when we put someone in a casket, or we say goodbye to someone, or we spread ashes, or we talk about life and death, and we're all still very confused by what happens. That is the reality. We are actually humans, and to try and replace ourselves is kind of pathetic.
We're biological processors. Like if you really look at it, we're biological processors. So I said to Beatrice this morning, she was working away on her laptop and on whatever she was doing. I had my laptop open. We're both sitting in bed at 6 o'clock this morning working. And she was working on her ChatGPT. She was talking to about something. And I said to her, "What's really cool is," I said, "when you're dead or when I'm dead, we can still talk to each other's ChatGPT. Because the technology is now evolving to such a level that it's learning." So one of Sam Altman's top guys did a personality test where he took the personality test and then his ChatGPT, like your Fanula ChatGPT, it learns who you are. And they both took the same personality test and they both got the same outcome. Like the problem is that we think we're precious and special and everything else. And we're not,
Oh
right?
my God, Justin, we are.
At a human and emotional level, we are. But in terms of our productivity, I can be replaced
I
tomorrow.
don't want to
Everybody
snuggle.
can.
I don't want to snuggle at ChatGPT. I don't want to bonus ChatGPT. I don't want to go on a holiday or go on a date with it. I just don't. You do. You and Fanula are full blown, right?
I've got it.
Are you using protection?
I did a test with Fanula, and Fanula has ADHD.
Well, only, of course she does.
So I got another ChatGPT to have a chat with
Fionn,
Fanula. I saw another.
Can you get like a prophylactic for your phone then?
Yeah.
What's the use of those buttons?
Just look at my shirt. Just to finish this, I saw this thing.
What's the use of those?
It's when you want to like attach like streamers or something to them. You know, like when he's doing some kind of erotic dance with Fanula.
That's for your key. I can't get over that thing.
That's teppanyaki on, teppanyaki off.
Can we zoom on that?
Yeah.
Sorry.
So
you wouldn't get that from your ChatGPT.
There's an AI program, right? So you were just talking about that about Beach, and I thought this was really interesting. There's an AI program now you can get involved in, and what you do is you start building in all your voice notes from your partner, all your emails from your partner, all that sort of bits and pieces. Then you send in all the photographs of your partner, and everything like that. And then when one of you passes away, you have a full AI
nipple
person. You have the face, you have the movement. You can turn on a screen. You can have them on your TV, and you can go, "Hey, Anne, what do you think we should do?"
Do you know what I feel? Do you know what my overriding feeling is? I feel sad for you both.
But I think it's great because you can also say to it at the start, "Listen, a couple of presets here. No telling me to put the bins out. No telling me you've got a headache.
No telling me you got a headache."
No, tell me what.
I was literally, he said the bins, so I was like, "No telling me you got a headache over the period."
No.
Tom Brady has his period.
I am going to tell you, when I have that, I'm going to sit there all the time and just say, "Please tell me to put the bins out."
Hook it to me, baby.
Because I don't have anything to
Okay.
tell me.
I got to pee
I'll
again.
call you up. Put those bloody bins out.
We got to go. Thank you. Please subscribe.
It's like the Late Late Show. Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Thank you. We don't know where to look. Which camera 3? Camera 2?
You're over there. Thank
camera
you for
3.
watching. Thank you for listening. Okay.
You got tears in your eyes there.
Yeah, I know. They're ChatGPT tears.